Speaking of goal scorers, 2 big goal scorers in the league have birthdays today. Matthews turning 22. He won't play tonight. He'll play in Ottawa. And if I'm him, I want to play in Ottawa every chance I can after his debut. And Ovi turning 34. Ray Ferraro will join us in about 5-7 minutes. I have a hypothetical for him. Well, it's more of a prediction, really.
Yeah? What do you got?
Over the next 3 years, who do you think is going to score more goals? Matthews or Ovechkin?
Matthews.
Ovechkin. All Ovi does is score goals.
I know. I have a tough time picking anyone but Ovi.
That's no slight on Auston.
No.
Alex Ovechkin scores in his sleep. Every night.
34 years old. But
that's what I think. I just think sometimes 34 in a month, all of a sudden things start.
Yeah, but the one thing is power plays aren't going anywhere. Ovi's. Do you see Ovi?
No, he just stands there and he rips home one-timer.
But do you see Ovi? The guy's 240.
He claims 260.
The guy took a puck in the face the other went in the playoffs and just looked like it was like a dandelion bouncing off his cheek.
I'm going to say Matthews just because I'm thinking
I'll take
the wheels got to fall off sometime.
Well, even if they slow down a little bit, I think Matthews has the ability to just pass them based on who he is as well.
Guy hasn't had a healthy season in 2 years
and
either.
that is something that comes up very often. The newest. It should be. Yeah, he hasn't played 82 games.
If he plays 82, he can get 40 and get 40 plus.
Well, I think he can get 40. He's done 40 before. I mean, he's shown that ability to score 40.
When he played the full season.
Yeah, no, but you just said if he hits 82, he can score 40. I think he can score 40. That's a pretty safe bet for me.
Yeah.
I mean, 5-on-5, he's got the best numbers in the league.
Right.
But that's
the
where
numbers are prorated because he hasn't played. Like that hasn't played a full season in 2 years.
Right.
That's my only concern.
It's a factor. There's no denying that.
I look at durability. Ovi doesn't miss games. That's what I'm. The guy scores in his sleep on the power play and doesn't miss games.
Yeah, until you dethrone the king, I can't bet against him either. I think he's just going to keep. At some point, he's going to tail, but he might tail to like 38,
right,
35.
You said
cumulatively looking over the next 3.
And he was asked the other day about Gretzky, and he's like, he basically, I think he said, I have no interest. Like,
well, he blew.
I'm going to do what I want to do, and.
But his actions will. I mean, he's going to go out there and score goals.
It's 240 goals though that he needs, isn't it?
But he's got to have a big 3-year period.
Right.
Like if he wants to get there. No, I know, but he can't tail off starting this year. Like he's got to pot. I would say 120 over the next 3 years.
You think he's going to have 350 goal years in a row?
No.
I don't think so. But why would you be shocked by anything this guy does in terms of goal
numbers?
scoring?
That's what he has to do.
No, I know. I'm not saying he's going to break it in the next 3 years. I'm saying he's got to keep scoring the next 3 years.
He's got to score consistently for the next 6 years.
Right.
Till he's 40.
But like dominate while he's still kind of in his prime.
Exactly.
And then maybe tail off.
And have a 28-goal season or 38, 39.
Exactly.
But I'm, you're right. Age is a very interesting thing because at what point does the wheels fall off?
Well, we'll see what Ray has to say about that.
What time, when are we going to look at video and say, this guy looks like he's can't play anymore?
No reason to believe it's going to happen.
Then he scored
this season.
9 goals in the first 4 games last year.
He won the Rocket again last year.
But
he's the heavy favorite to win it again this year, and he should be. Who do you think will have more goals over the next 3 seasons? Auston Matthews or Alex Ovechkin?
Ooh, God, I hate picking against Ovechkin because he seems to get 50 every year. I mean, he's got to slow down eventually, doesn't he? Like, maybe?
I don't know.
40, 121. I'm going to take Matthews, but I don't really feel that strongly about it. Like, I think over the next 3 years, I just kind of... I think they'll be in the 130 range, those guys, in the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of goals, man.
Yeah. And I think they're going to both score a lot, right? Like, so I don't see why can't Matthews get 50 goals? Why can't Ovechkin get 50? He gets 15 on the power play every year. So you get 150 and a couple of 40s, and that's kind of how I quickly came up with that number. But, geez, I don't know. Would you throw McDavid in there too?
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, we brought up Matthews and Ovi because it's their birthday today, but McDavid is a guy that he is. You look at future bets in Vegas and stuff. He's always in the top 2 or 3.
I think he's more just run away with points.
He's going to score points, but
This is just flat out goal scoring.
Remember Sid? It took him a while, then all of a sudden he scored 50, and it was like, that's an like McDavid. He gets 3 breakaways a night.
Yeah,
He could score 50. Why can't he?
Well, the leading goal scorer of all time says he's not a goal scorer.
Right.
Except he had 8 million goals, and so I don't know. I don't think it's going to get easier to score, but it seems like these players generate quality chances that should put them into a position to finish. Like I think there's not going to be 10 guys that score 50 goals, right? Those days are long gone. The goalies are too good. The schemes defensively are too good. But I don't see them. Like, why shouldn't they get 40? I think they should. And that gets you in that range, the 130 range for the next 3.
Well, with Matthews, it's really about durability and if he's going to play. And this is going to sound weird and probably wrong and ultimately incorrect. But in a way, I feel more confident that Ovechkin is going to score 40 because I think that's just a lock. He's scoring 40. But I feel like Matthews has a better chance at scoring 50 because I think if he's healthy.
Yeah, health is a factor. I said this, Ray. Like, I believe in Auston Matthews. It's just health. He's been nicked up the last couple of years where Ovi is just he can get hit by a bus and like they check the bus.
Yeah,
like
he just runs over people. Like,
and he
the
sets
beginning
up
of the
shop.
year last year was like, okay, is this guy going to slow down? Just stepped over the blue line and like ripping wrist shots.
He's been scoring the same goal for 13 years.
But there was a time though, guys, where we thought he was done. He had 32 one year, and we were like, this guy. Now the end is, the legs are starting to catch up with Ovi, and then I think he had 38 and 32.
There was a time we thought he was done. He won the Hart Trophy the same year.
No, you're right. That was the shortened year. I remember arguing with Glenn Sheeler because the first 6 weeks of that season, he may as well have been using broom ball shoes on the ice.
Yeah.
Because he was running around out there like a lunatic, and he looked slow and sluggish, and then he just dominated the rest of that season.
Yep.
Well, so back to Matthews then. So I think last year he had 16 points in the first 10 games, something like that, and then he missed 31 days.
Yeah.
And then the season is a catch-up again, and really it comes to health, right? And, and can you avoid the knock that puts you out a month? And, I think that's really going to be part of the story, not just with Matthews, but with the Leafs this season, as you sit there and try to figure out, how they're going to make everybody and everything fit in the cap. They're certainly not going to be carrying 23 players on the roster, right? They're just not going to have the cap room. And so you get into a point where you're pretty tight at 21 players maybe that you have on your roster. If guys don't get hurt for 10 games or 24 days, which is what you can put on long-term injury, then how would you replace them? You don't have any cap room. And there's a number of teams that are going to find themselves in this spot. I think we'll see more teams carrying less than 23, the allotted 23 players. And I think Toronto will be one of them. So health in a game where it's really hard to stay healthy is going to be pretty important for teams.